Well, I don't feel good at all. In fact, I feel like shit. Today I had to rehome Yumi. So Yumi is gone. The reason why I did it is because my mom doesn't actually like Yumi. I already knew this, but she can't have that conversation with me. When I first sent Yumi home, I sat down with my mom and I asked her, if you don't want to keep Yumi anymore or it's getting difficult, you need to talk to me so I can do something about that. But she can't do that. My mom can only tell stories of how Yumi annoys her or how Yumi did this thing wrong, that thing wrong. Basically hinting towards the fact that Yumi's a nuisance and she doesn't want to take care of her anymore. But she cannot have that adult to adult conversation of, you know what? You need to send Yumi away. I'm just disappointed. But it's okay. I'm not stupid. I read it. I understand. At the end of the day, I can't take care of Yumi here in this apartment. There's just no room for margin of error with the separation anxiety dog like Yumi. So in the end, I had to give up Yumi to the Humane Society. Okay, so that's one thing. Combined with the fact that apparently I'm still not fucking over my failed dating experience. It's been a month and a half. And it's been coming in and out. I would get better. Something would trigger me. And I would get worse. I understand that it wasn't really about this person. I don't really know this person. We spent like 10 hours together. It's more about the fantasy, the potential, the boxes being checked. But more than that, it's about the childhood wounds that got pulled up. I lived my entire 20s without really engaging with these wounds at all. Ever since my parents got divorced, things were calming down. Less chaos. And I forgot about that. Forgot about that pain. I numbed myself with anime, games, whatever. And I was able to live like that for 10 years. For some reason last year I decided, okay, I actually want to make some connections. I want to put myself out there and be vulnerable. And I guess this is what I get. So in reality, what's happening is I would get triggered. My brain would think it's about this person, but it really isn't. It's the core abandonment wound when my parents were arguing with each other. I feel like my world is falling apart. I feel like I'm going to get abandoned. Nothing really activates me like this. Not friends. Not my family. I guess it's this romantic thing that just pulls out all the darkest crap. I spiraled really hard last week. Usually what happens is it's first a shame spiral where you feel shame and then you feel shame for feeling shame and then you start shitting on yourself. And when you shit on yourself, it feels so good. It's like drugs. It gives you that dopamine hit. And then eventually the shame overwhelms. And then you spiral into anger. You direct the anger towards yourself, which is shame, out towards the world. And then you end up in a really dark place, like suicidal thoughts. I remember staring out my balcony and thinking, that's an option. Of course, I didn't actually go out there and try to kill myself, but definitely thought about it. Went to therapy, talked about this with my therapist. Shit's rough. And my therapist helped me understand one thing that was very important, which is I have needs. Everyone is fucking needy. Babies are needy. there's this research, and it had to do with babies being fed, their diapers changed, all their basic needs met, but they had no touch. Nobody touched them. And these babies fucking died, okay? So what that goes to show is I'm not uniquely needy. I'm just somebody who is normal. I'm not a special snowflake. I'm just somebody who didn't get their needs met early on. And then I met a group of friends who didn't really help with that. They too said I was too sensitive, that I just need to figure my shit out, that I was too needy. So when I was trying to fit in with that group of friends, I shut that part of me down. It's really funny. They would post videos of me coming out, being vulnerable like this, and then talk about it. And one of them would be like, oh, I'm just watching this like entertainment, watching like a TV show of this character performing, completely detached, okay? And another one would be like, why is this guy still going through this shit? I figured this shit out in university. It's like, okay, when I see shit like that, I'm like, okay, I guess uniquely I'm just fucked up. These people have it all figured out. Clearly there's something wrong with me. But the reality is that, do these people have it figured out? Or have they just destroyed their needs? So there's just something called the internal family system that is applied in therapy, right? Basically what it is inside you, there is this family system. There's the kid, who is the needy one, who is acting out, suppressed. Nobody likes him. We need to hide him away. And then there's the adult you, who is successful on the outside, has her shit put together. So what we do is we shame and we hide away this kid. And it's really easy to use this metaphor because, once we personification, right? Once we personify this part of us that is the kid, then it becomes really obvious. The kid that is hurt, that has these unmet needs, was shut down and locked away in this closet, okay? And then recently I've been letting that kid out and he's getting needy and it hurts. It fucking hurts so much. And then my friends, I guess, they've locked their kid inside multiple layers of closets. At this point, I'm not even sure if they could get that kid out. They've probably thrown away the key. And once you get extreme enough, right? If you think about sociopath and psychopath, they also started as babies. Like, they're not born as a sociopath or psychopath. They were told that their needs were inhuman, and they went through so much shit that not only is the kid locked away in a closet, they fucking killed the kid. That kid is dead, okay? Now, why do you need the kid? I mean, the kid is shameful. It's needy. It needs a bunch of shit. It just feels useless, right? But here's the key. You need the fucking kid to actually connect with people. The kid is the part of you that can actually be vulnerable and connect with other humans, right? Because if you think about it, if you're never vulnerable, you can't actually connect with somebody at the deepest level. So basically, if you live your life in a way where you're locked the kid is never allowed to come out, then that also pretty much means that you can never connect with somebody else at a deep level. So I understand all of this, right? Like internally, intellectually, this all makes sense, right? I understand this. But it still fucking hurts. It just hurts so much that I realized, man, I was not uniquely needy. I was just a normal fucking person that had unmet needs, just like any other baby. And I dealt with it in a way that I could have. And other people deal with it in other ways. So, yeah, it fucking sucks. I feel like shit today. Whole bunch of shit happening at once. Tomorrow I'm flying out to Japan for vacation. So hopefully that should reset me. I'll be in a better place. But man do I feel like shit. I just feel like shit. And instead of trying to intellectualize this away and be like, okay, I'm going to ruminate, I'm going to figure this out, I'm just going to allow myself to feel like absolute fucking shit, because that's what it is. And only by really digesting and letting this kid out, this needy fucking kid, can we actually heal and move on. And I hope that by letting this needy kid out, feeling this range of emotion, feeling like fucking shit, having suicidal thoughts, that one day this will all pay off. Because what's the alternative? The alternative is you'll forever be lonely. I mean, yeah, that's the fucking trade-off. You'll have surface level connections, but you're always going to be fucking lonely, okay? And as you get older, I have an inkling that it gets worse. Like, I'm 30 now, and it's getting pretty shitty, right? What if when you're 40, you're 50? Oh my God, that kid is locked away in like 30,000 closets. It is so deep. Can you even retrieve him at that point? Who knows? Anyways, just being fucking vulnerable again. But I think this is what I need. I think being vulnerable is literally something that I chose for myself, because I was also in a state of avoidance for 10 years. And I chose to let that kid out. I've made my decision, and now I'm tanking through the pain. That's the whole point. I have to believe that this is actually going to get me somewhere. But that alone is also just intellectualization, I guess. Because I don't fucking know if it's going to work out. Who knows? But yeah, fly out to Japan. Not sure if I'm going to keep up with the table topics. Feel like fucking shit. And hopefully I can feel better by the time I'm back. Yep. Keep at it. Keep at it. Life is hard. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it.